Hello you, welcome to today's video where I will be making some 3D shark nails. I am so excited for this video. I did one test nail last night and although it wasn't perfect, I saw the potential. So we are not going to be doing the sharks on the thumb and the pinky, but we'll be doing 3 sharks in the middle, one on each nail. I'm going to be using Born Pretty's blue glitter for the thumb and the pinky. As usual, almost everything I use will be listed in the description down below. I do want to note that it's not important for the French tip to be perfect, for the smile line to be perfect. A lot of this is going to be covered up later on by some 3D water effects that we're going to add into place with some white and some bubbles and things of that nature. What you want is just, a loosely done smile line, nothing too perfect because it's really not necessary. For the index, middle, and ring finger, I will be using a blue jelly color also from Born Pretty. I'm using the same carefree technique to apply the gel to the nail, a few swoops to indicate a smile line. Also, since the beginning of this video, each color gets 2 coats and I'm fully curing in between each coat. That's the rule that I will carry on for the entire video. For jelly colors like the nail bed color and the blue, I cure for 30 seconds. For solid colors and gel glitters, I cure for the full 60 seconds. This will eliminate any issues of bubbling, wrinkling, and uncured gel. I'd rather be safe than sorry or to have to do something over again and waste my time. Now we are adding some water effects to the nail. You can use different techniques to achieve this, such as magnets with cat eye gel or blooming gel, all of which I have, but for this design, I will be using the top coat technique. I have equal parts of the pure white, milky white, and top coat gel on my palette. Then I just swirl around, being sure not to fully mix. I want a variation of the white from nail to nail, keeping in mind that this is the ocean. This is water, and water is not only beautiful, but it's chaos as well. If you've been watching my videos, you know I love to just let the mediums do its own thing. I love depth in my work and not just flat tones. It's kind of cool that the 2 different blues are also adding a different undertone to the water. The glitter comes out lighter, and although it's covered, some of the glitter will poke through depending on what lighting you're in. While the gel polish is still wet, I grab my clear top coat and add my dots straight from the brush. Only because I'm almost out of gel in this bottle. It's best to use a dotting tool, which I will switch to because number 1, it won't muddy your polish, and number 2, it's easier to control your beads of gel on your tool, which number 3, makes it faster to apply. This reminds me of a trip to Cayman Islands my husband and I earned for the amount of sales volume we did. We went snorkeling with a colleague of ours, not a tour guide. My husband got a foot cramp about 5 minutes in. I was so mesmerized I told him to go back and I kept going. So many mistakes now that I look back at it. I could have been shark food or got too tired and drowned because I swam a good mile out. He could have drowned from cramping. I sound so stupid right now that I say this out loud. I guess we both were blessed enough to live and learn. Because there's so many layers of gel polish on these nails, I'm going to go ahead and cure this one for 99 seconds. And here's the final look of the calm water. Because of our technique, each nail has its own personality yet complements the other nails. It's cohesive without being too forced, just like the ocean. I don't know about you, but the water is my happy place. I don't know if it's because I'm a water sign or if it's because I was born in Barbados and it's in my blood, or because I was raised in Cali where there is water everywhere. But I'm already getting hyper and want to jump in the pool. But wait, we can't go yet. It's time to add some danger. As you can see, I've already scooped out a little solid bullet gel and I have my silicone tool. I'm using the tool that has the sharp end to it, which allows me to cut and scrape the gel, and also a flathead shape that allows me to keep things smooth. These are really easy to do, but here are some things to keep in mind. Number 1, This part of the video was sped up 5 times. Unless you make shark dorsal fins for a living, you'll be moving much slower, but it will only take you about 1 to 2 minutes in real life for each fin. Number 2, you must curve the top if you want the dorsal fin to look best. Otherwise, it will look like you have triangles sitting on top of the nail, unless that's the look you're going for. Number 3, keep the base of the fin flat to sit on the nail as best as possible. Number 4, if this is your first time making fins, grab a nail tip before curing to make sure the scale is correct, meaning the fin is not too big or too small. Other than that, the thickness of your fin doesn't really matter at all. Just have fun with it. Okay, so this fin I have chosen for the middle finger. The shape is giving apex predator with some stories to tell, so she will be the leader of the pack. And the way I will place these fins is, the middle will be closer to the edge of the nail, like the tip of the nail, and the other two a little push behind as if they're following her. And I'm using the same solid gel. It gives me time to adjust the fins exactly where I want them. If I use gel glue, they would slide all over the place. If I used a quick dry glue, I would be panicking with every placement, and I just don't want that annoyance. I don't care about smoothing the solid gel at the base either. Like for real, this entire set looks like it's sloppy and unthought out, but that's what's so fun about it. You have to trust the process and the artist you're watching. What I am making sure of, however, is that it is sitting in the middle of the nail, sitting up straight. Also making sure the entire base of the fin sits in the gel, no gaps, or you will risk them popping off. Then I just go ahead and quickly cure for about 10 seconds. Now that my fins are in place, we are going to add extra hold to the base of the fins and also simultaneously adding another 3D effect. I promise you there's a method to my madness in each step. Think about how the water is pushing up and splashing around as an object pushes forward in it. In this case, our fins. It's disrupting the water as it swims forward. So we are adding that thought here. This is how we add movement to the calm water we initially laid down. I'm gooping the 3D gel around the base and then adding a few trails behind it. Not straight back, but in a wide V shape. Just a couple of water trails, not too many. We are used to seeing 3D water drops, but not 3D water trails, so it may take you a few tries, and that's okay. Any mistakes, just use a brush or a paper towel with rubbing alcohol to remove them. Keep your strokes light and not heavy-handed, or to be honest, you can just leave the trails out completely. It's optional in this design. The only tip here for painting the fins is to paint upside down. That way the gel polish doesn't drip down. Then flip back upright and hold for a few seconds to let the gel smooth out and settle before curing. You can see right here that the gel is moving down and leaving a smooth finish. So now we're going to add our blue jelly color and introduce another light blue. We're going to cover the clear gel we laid down at the base of the fin where it meets the gray. Then we'll add the white for the water bubbles later. This is all to give the water some depth. So if you are into nail art and are a beginner like I am with nail art in particular, just about any medium you use will do as long as you have a good base and top coat and use the proper techniques for whatever it is you are using to apply color. For example, what I mean is that if this inspires you and you want to have, and all you have is acrylics, you can use that. Just seal it in at the end. But what I did is purchase the starter kit from Beetles. At the time I'm filming this, it's obvious I am not sponsored or monetized in any way, shape, or form, so this is just my advice. I will have what I purchased in the description down below. Having all the colors I could ever need to express my ideas is like such a game changer. I couldn't imagine buying big bottles of every color. Anything I think of, I can just look to my Beetles gel kit and it's there. If I were going to just get into press-ons as a business, I would just focus on nudes and whites for traditional Frenchies. Now for some fun. For the suds, I used a little water and heavy on the dish soap. This way my bubbles are not too running. Using a water bottle is easiest to shake up, and I place my tiny bubbles in a dish and grab a spoon. If I squeeze the bubbles out and hold in place under a lamp, it's too encumbersome and difficult. I rather place my bubbles and let it go under the lamp, not having to be like too shaky while trying to hold it. You'll all see this come into play in a second. Right now, I'm just laying down my white gel color, squeezing the bubbles out like I said in a dish, grabbing my spoon, and then placing the suds right over that wet gel polish. You don't see it right now because I'm a little out of focus, but you're going to see it over and over and over again coming up. And each time I place bubbles over the white gel, I go ahead and cure for a full 60 seconds before moving on to the next nail. I also want to note that I am placing my white, keeping the smile line in my thoughts. Like I've mentioned before, it looks like I just go ham on things haphazardly, but I'm not. I'm just comfortable with what I'm doing. The white is very bright and bold, and you want it to be pleasing to the eye in the final results. So loosely follow your smile line, and be sure to cover the white completely with the bubbles. I missed a spot with the bubbles on the trail on one of the nails, and I have to fix it later when the video is over. After a final cure of about 99 seconds, it's time to remove the suds, and I was so nervous and excited at the same time, but I'm gonna just be quiet and let you guys see for yourself. It's so freaking satisfying. Y'all, if y'all not feeling this, then we are not friends. Because baby, if you've watched me work before, you know I get entirely too excited and pop on nails before finishing touches. But I contained myself this time and kept it pushing. These are so damn cute. You don't have to wear nails like this to appreciate what it is. You feel me? Okay, let's get these baddies done. Now I've mentioned I like to top coat before 3D water drops, but because the water drops here on this set are not the focal point, we're getting them out the way right now. This wheel of sea charms I purchased at a local nail shop before C19 in 2020, but I am sure you can find cute ones on Amazon or Temu, etc. The big shell shaped charm I did get on Amazon. Like, it wasn't for sea charms, it was just a random bag of just 250 gold charms or whatever. And we're going to embellish the thumb and the pinky. I used a little solid gel to place the big charm and did fill it in with more gel underneath off camera before moving on to the starfish. My bad, I think I hit pause on accident on my camera. You want to make sure your charms are on there good or they will pop off. Next, we are completing the set with a final top coat and optional pigment powder. You're like, yeah, there's more, and I'm like, yeah, it's me. So be sure to cover the gold charms with your top coat so the color doesn't fade, but not over the large crystals, if any. Also give good coverage over the entire nail, but do this if you want your bubbles to stay crisp and not muddy looking. Take an applicator sponge and rubbing alcohol and dab over the suds so they stay crisp. Or avoid the bubbles altogether. Just be sure there's no sticky layers left behind, however you choose to complete it. Then I top coat the fins and add black streaks with powder while it's still uncured. It gives it a nice finishing touch to the fins. Then cure everything for a final 2 minutes. Okay, friends, what do you think? I think I ate, and I am beyond excited to play in these. To be honest, I don't wear the art I make, but these might be too fun to resist. Nail art is an outlet for me because it's soothing, and in my mind, I am that girl who can rock all the long nails, but in real life, not so much. If you enjoyed this video and this set, please like it so the tube can share it with others. And if you want to hear more from me and my channel, then subscribe and hit the bell if you're one of us. I'm going to bid you adieu and have a great rest of your day. I'll leave you in silence with a bit more time with these shark nail core. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you on the next one.